My sister says I'm a flibberty gibbet. Are we recording? Alright, well good, then delete that first part. Hello, I am the roninpawn, and these are the Clustertruck speedruns. We're going to be running hell in the segments today, and this video is doing something a little bit different than we usually do. This is post-commentated, not because I don't have the commentary track from the original recording, which was live on Twitch, but because the commentary track is just sort of me being angry and gravelly and my throat is destroyed from screaming at 9-7 while I ran World 9 on loop as a segment for 5 hours? 6? So today we're going to take a look at it, and I'm going to tell you what we're doing while we're doing it in post. Let's go. 9-1. Starting out in 9-1, I'm going to set up with 3 jumps right here, and then I'm going to start the run. That's a little intentional delaying move that I do, so I can set up these jumps, specifically these jumps, to never slow down and come out of this with maximum speed in a 14.5 second time. 9-2 we come into. I want to take a jump down here to this, this spire, off of the top of him, straight into the middle, pop, pop. We need to come across this truck with some speed so we can just nudge that one on the left, and then through the goal with a 13.7. We just got a beautiful 9-1, a beautiful 9-2. This is a great opening to the hell segment. Something has to go wrong, and it does here on 9-3. We are at the liberty of the game's RNG, and it just didn't give me one of the, you know, clearable versions of this level in 16 seconds, so we have to take the more standard 20-second backup. Into 9-4, I immediately hit the reset button, you see, because the first incarnation of this level, when you load in, the RNG is more vicious than it will ever be in my personal experience. So I just reload to get a clean instance of the level. We're still completely at the mercy of the RNG there, and the RNG is vicious. Again, 3 short jumps, and then we move into this pattern of coming through here, catching the tops of them, flying across it, come through here at max speed, and then I screwed up the last jump and came down on the front trucks. I need to be coming down, like, the cycle was off, and I didn't do it right, so I didn't get to go. We lost a second and a half there. 9-6 now, we're going in here, we're not rushing this because we want to get up here at just the right time when that truck is cresting the hill. We nose into it as you saw, and then 2 jumps straight out of the goal with an 18-second time. That's a fine time is what it is. And now, into the reason why I am post-commentating this, 9-7. Yeah, you son of a bitch, we just took a 7-8 second death to 9-7 already. So yeah, just screaming at this level, it's because there's so much randomness involved, and the randomness is not just in the spawning of the trucks, it's in what jumps you will actually get when you go to press the space bar to jump, because the trucks at different angles like this on tessellated terrain, when you go to jump onto them or off of them, weird things will happen, they will get you killed. We are now 8.7 seconds behind our previous PB in these splits. These splits were recently reset, by the way, so you will be seeing golds in these splits that aren't necessarily the fastest. For example, right here, we had a very lucky 9-8 there, not a lot of skill involved, we just got lucky. If I'm honest, I didn't have a good method for that day when I was running this. Now into 9-9, we need to climb the chain as we have and then go straight into these runs, and honestly, I used to have a better method for this where I didn't have to slow down even a slight bit, where it was the same every single time. Don't know what happened. I took 6 months off the game. You know, you lose things in your pockets. And now we're into the final level of the segment, the final level of the game. We are rushing to the front of this ramp, because if we can get there in time, then Cluster Satan will drop his arm such that we connect with that truck at 17 seconds. If you get the 17-second touch on that jump, then you've gotten the earliest possible cycle that you could have gotten. If you go slower, Satan will drop his arm slower. Now, I am taking my way up Satan very carefully. Most of the runners do this a lot faster. I have been running this segment for 5-6 hours at this point. I just want to put one in, for Christ's sake. And I do. And I do, and in fact, it's a bit faster than that 340-43 you're seeing in the top left now. Let's look at it in slow-mo. Timing on the segment ends when we can prove that my face connected with the button. So the first frame that I get launched into the air is the frame where timing ends, and it's a 338.97, and that, ladies and gentlemen, is a third place rank, new rank for me on the leaderboards, even with a death in World 9. That's how vicious World 9 is. And a new PB. I thank you for watching. If you'd like to see me do this thing live and commentate it and possibly be shrieking and blowing out my voice about 9-7 being such a son of a bitch, then make sure and follow at twitch.tv/roninpawn. You can catch me live doing this thing on Twitch. Until then, I don't usually do post-commentary. What do we do for the outro now? Debra? Debra? You have my Fresca? Pawn out. Is that, I should probably do it. Pawn out! My Fresca! God damn it, Debra!